Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna.
You know this guy?
No, it's okay. I'm a friend of her mom's.
Don't
She's just.
touch her.
She said she don't know you.
I can take you home. You sure?
No, it's fine. She's fine.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a mother gets into her protective mode? She scares the whole world. Get ready for stories where bad guys find out they messed with the wrong mom.
Please help me! Please help me!
Fearless mom. This suspect, Arkansas Try Alexander, had robbed a store and stolen a white Dodge Challenger, leading officers on a high-speed pursuit. The chase ended abruptly with a crash at a busy intersection. But what happened next was unexpected. Jessica Lehman, who had been driving a minivan involved in the crash, immediately sprang into action. She leaped out of her vehicle, joined by her boyfriend Charles Cook, to confront Alexander. As the suspect tried to escape, Lehman and Cook engaged in a physical struggle, with Lehman grabbing onto Alexander's overalls. They managed to wrestle him to the ground just as the police arrived to make the arrest. Candy store heroics. A terrifying moment was caught on surveillance when a man tried to kidnap a 4-year-old girl. The little girl was playing with a candy machine when a man suddenly snatched her. The mom and another customer sprinted out of the store, and miraculously, the girl managed to break free. The mother noticed the man watching her in the parking lot, but never imagined he would follow her inside. Witnesses reported seeing the suspect, Harry Random, sitting in the middle of the street before running again. Mom and deputy. Just imagine a guy in a store looking like any other shopper. Suddenly, he grabs a 13-year-old girl and tries to make a run for it. But he didn't count on one thing: the girl's mom. She grabs her daughter and fights back in a heart-pounding tug-of-war. The store echoes with their screams as the mom pulls her daughter free from the kidnapper's grip. The suspect, Greg Bonello, runs for the door. But here's the kicker: an off-duty deputy is in the parking lot and stops Bonello on his way out. Mom defends home. In the video, a man tries to break into a house in Miami Gardens. The house's security cameras capture him as he attempts to get inside. Inside the house, a mother hears the noise, grabs her pump action, and confronts the intruder. When he sees her with the weapon, he runs away quickly, looking back to make sure she isn't going to get him. The mother was home alone with her 2 children at the time and was ready to protect them. Mom's heroic stand. A mom and her 7-year-old daughter are walking down the street when suddenly, a man grabs the girl's bag and tries to drag her away. The mom immediately starts shouting and fights back, refusing to let go of her daughter. Luckily, people nearby notice and start gathering around. One person steps in to help, and the man, realizing he's in trouble, finally lets go and backs off. Thanks to the brave mom and the quick response from bystanders, the kidnapper was later taken into custody. Stay alert and always be ready to help others in need. Heroic mom savior. To protect her kids, this mom fled the house, leading their attacker away from them. Despite being seriously injured, her brave actions likely saved her daughters' lives. She is now recovering in the hospital and is being hailed as a hero for her incredible bravery. Mom tackles creeper. This mom noticed a guy lurking around her daughter's bedroom window early one Sunday morning. Like a true hero, she tackled the guy with the skill of a seasoned linebacker. The daughter joined in to help keep Hawkins pinned until officers arrived to make the arrest. The police were impressed by her swift actions. Children and car theft. A woman selling items at a small table left her car keys on it. A man who had been watching her grabbed the keys and drove off with her 3 kids, aged 3, 5, and 7, inside the car. She realized too late and tried to stop him, but he sped away. Fortunately, the kids were found safe a few miles away, and the car was recovered later. Mom foils car theft. A California mom was in her SUV with her 2 kids when a man tried to steal the car. She quickly started hitting him and honking the horn to get attention. Her husband saw what was happening and rushed over. With help from others, they held the man down until the police arrived. The mom's quick thinking and honking alerted everyone, keeping her and her kids safe. Beauty store robbery. Here's a tense moment at a beauty store in Des Moines, Iowa. 2 guys with guns come in and start robbing the place. The owners and their kids are there too, adding to the fear. Thankfully, another customer steps up and shields a scared little girl named Victoria from all the scary stuff happening. Hero grandma saves kids. A 69-year-old grandmother, Nita Coburn, was dropping off a family member at Atrium Medical Center. As soon as she stepped out of her car, a man jumped in and started driving off with her grandkids. Hearing her grandkids scream, she ran after the car and was even dragged a few feet before she couldn't hold on any longer. The kids managed to escape, but she didn't realize it at first. What an absolute hero. Grandma rescue. An 82-year-old woman in West Oakland is attacked by a robber while walking home. Her neighbor, despite bad knees and armed with just a cane, leaps into action. She charges down her steps, uses her cane to try and fend off the attacker, and even calls for her German shepherd, Troy, to help out. The robber flees, and the elderly woman is left unharmed. The neighbor says she'd do it for anyone, not just a friend. Mom stops protests. This mom wasn't about to let her son get involved in the mess. In Baltimore, a mom spots her son in the middle of a protest, throwing rocks at the police. Not one to stand by, she rushes in and takes action. The video shows her running up to him, yelling and even giving him a few smacks. Kidnappers. Imagine a quiet day turned upside down. A mom and her 5-year-old son are strolling down the street when suddenly 2 men grab the boy and shove him into a car. This mom doesn't hesitate. She bolts to the car, trying to open the door, but it's locked. Her quick-thinking son manages to open the back window, and she pulls him out just in time. Neighbors hear the commotion and rush to help. Bank heist thwarted. A woman steps out of her pickup truck after a quick trip to the bank, not realizing she's being followed. Out of nowhere, a guy from another truck runs up and tries to snatch her purse. She screams and holds on tight. Luckily, some good people nearby saw what was happening and rushed over to help, scaring the thief away. She keeps her purse and money, but the bad guys get away. Heroic rescue in Texas. In Texas, a mom turned into a superhero when a carjacker made the worst decision of his life. Crystal left her car running with her 7-year-old daughter in the back seat. In a flash, a hooded man jumped in and sped off. Crystal didn't hesitate. She dashed outside, opened the car door, and then jumped onto the trunk as it zoomed away. Her daughter, thinking fast, escaped from the moving car and ran to safety. Parents save kids. What started as a normal day at the bus stop turned into something straight out of a movie. Samantha Lee and her neighbors were ready to pick up their kids when they noticed a substitute bus driver acting weird. The kids weren't being let off the bus, and panic quickly set in. With her 9-year-old daughter Chloe and 5-year-old son Carter stuck inside, Samantha started recording. The driver was shouting into the bus's radio. Then, out of nowhere, the bus takes off. Samantha and the other parents sprint after it, and she heroically plants herself in front to stop it. The driver claimed some kids didn't have proper documentation, but that made 0 sense to Samantha. When the bus finally stopped, a few parents managed to get their kids out. But things went south fast. A parent got pushed, another slapped the driver, and she sped off again. Chaos ensued, and an older sibling jumped through the window to help. Samantha blocked the bus again, and parents pulled their kids out through the windows. Chloe was one of the freed kids, bringing Samantha immense relief. Police arrived and calmed the scene. The driver and the parent faced charges. Burglars flee fast. The security footage shows 3 masked guys climbing over the front fence and sneaking down the side of the house. They break in through the back door and start looking around. Suddenly, they spot a woman with her baby, freak out and run away as fast as they can. You can even see them sprinting back the way they came. Outside, a bluish-gray Honda Accord is parked, suggesting these guys had been checking out the house for a few days before deciding to break in. Pizza parlor hero. In this video, we see a terrifying moment at a pizza parlor. 2 women and a child are sitting and enjoying their meal when a man suddenly bursts in and grabs the child. The restaurant owner immediately jumps into action, tackling the man and making him let go of the child. The girl, who looks about 6 years old, is understandably scared and crying. The police quickly arrived and arrested the 24-year-old man, charging him with assault. Brave grandma. A mother's worst nightmare almost became reality when a man tried to snatch her 3-year-old daughter right off the street. In the chilling footage, the man wraps the little girl in a blanket and takes off. Her grandmother, in sheer desperation, fights to get her back, while her 2 5-year-old twin brothers stand nearby, paralyzed with fear. Thankfully, some quick-thinking strangers heard the grandmother's screams and sprang into action. Mom turns hero. A dude walks into a store looking all serious, waving around what seems like a real gun. But then, out of nowhere, his mom storms in like a superhero and tells him to drop it, and he listens. Turns out the gun wasn't even real. Mom outsmarts car thief. You're about to see a heart-stopping moment at a gas station where a mother's instinct kicks in big time. A guy in black spots his target, a mom filling up her car. But little does he know, she's not going down without a fight. The guy creeps up behind her, demanding her keys. She turns around and tells him that she has a baby in her car. Despite his threats, she jumps in her car and speeds off. The would-be thief stands there dumbfounded before strolling away. Grandma fights thief. In this video, we see a grandmother standing at a cash machine, minding her own business. Suddenly, a young girl comes up behind her and starts chatting, trying to seem normal. But the girl is a thief. When the grandmother realizes what's happening, she doesn't hesitate. She starts hitting the girl to stop her from stealing. It's a surprising moment of bravery as the grandmother takes matters into her own hands to protect her money. Fierce Granny defends store. Here is a video of a 75-year-old granny who's not to be messed with. Imagine a robber strolls into a 7-Eleven in Malden, Massachusetts, thinking he's about to have an easy day. But then, bam! Out comes this fierce grandma swinging a price checker like she's in an action movie. She goes at him repeatedly. And let me tell you, I don't think that guy saw it coming. Whether she connected or not, her heart was definitely in the right place. Supermom. A mother had just pulled up to the pump with her 1-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son when 2 men decided to make their move. But she wasn't having any of it. She sprang into action, darting around the car and diving in to pull him out. She even managed to strip off his mask in the scuffle. Woman thwarts kidnapping. Picture this: a normal day with people strolling and cars passing by. Then we spot a guy chatting with a young girl, trying to get her to go with him. Suddenly, a woman swoops in, talking to the girl and convincing her to check out a shop. The girl gets suspicious and follows the woman inside. The wannabe kidnapper hangs around, but starts to back off when he sees it's not working. The girl safely enters the shop, and our sketchy dude decides to flee. Big shout out to the quick-thinking woman who stepped in like a hero. The takeaway? Trust your instincts and stay alert. You never know what's around the corner. Sammy outsmarts pursuer. On Friday, 10-year-old Sammy was heading home when he noticed a woman following him, trying to lure him with promises of goodies from Wawa. But Sammy was clever enough to know what was up. He remembered his dad's advice and darted into a nearby store. Once inside, he calmly approached the clerk, Hannah, and whispered that a strange lady was following him and asked her to pretend to be his mom. Hannah, quick on her feet, stepped in. She got between Sammy and the woman, who was holding the door open, then firmly shut and locked it. The woman took off running, and Sammy was safe. The police later found the woman and are making sure she gets the mental health support she needs. Supermom Adriana foils kidnapping. A teenage girl got ambushed by a guy in camouflage right outside her apartment. He tries to pull off a quick kidnap, but he doesn't count on her mom, Adriana Alvarez, who goes full action hero mode to save her daughter. The masked man grabs Lex and starts dragging her down 4 flights of stairs. Adriana's not having any of it. She fights him every step of the way, ignoring any danger to herself. The attacker, George Vasu, an ex-co-worker, thought he could get away, but Adriana and the neighbors had other plans. They chased him down and tackled him, turning the tables on the would-be kidnapper. Mom clings to SUV. A mom in New Mexico went full action hero on July 4th when a car thief drove off with her 2 kids in the SUV. In a desperate attempt, she jumped onto the hood, shouting for help as the thief sped away. The police were hot on the trail, and the suspect ditched 1 kid before abandoning the car entirely. The thief, Regina Castillo, was found hiding behind a pickup truck and arrested for car theft. Gas station heroin. This woman was just doing her thing at a gas station when out of nowhere, a carjacker decided to target her SUV. Now, Melissa isn't your average car owner. Instead of panicking, she does something straight out of a superhero playbook. She jumps right onto the hood of her car. Then, he hits the brakes not once, but twice, hoping she'll lose her grip. But Melissa, with nerves of steel, holds on tight. The guy even dares to laugh at her, which only fires her up more. Realizing he's not getting anywhere, he ditches the car, grabs her stuff, and runs off. But here's where it gets even crazier. Melissa manages to dive back into the driver's seat just in time to stop her SUV from rolling into traffic. Heroic confrontation. This video shows a mom, Brittany Morse, facing a terrifying situation at home. She finds an intruder rummaging through her stuff, holding her paycheck. Brittany quickly gets her 5 kids into a safe room, grabs her gun, and heads to the garage where the intruder is. She bravely confronts him, warning that she'll pull the trigger if he moves. Just 2 minutes later, the police arrive and arrest the guy. Brittany's quick thinking and courage keep her kids safe, and the intruder is taken away. Moms are fierce when it comes to protecting their kids. Which one of these brave women inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video so far, be sure to hit that like button to show your appreciation. And why not subscribe? We have way more fun videos coming your ways, and you will be the first to get notified. Until next time, goodbye and stay super safe.